What addiction is the hardest to quit? Heroin. Even decades-recovered heroin addicts still admit they think about the high with some frequency. Cocaine was hard. Booze was harder. Cancer sticks were the hardest. Took me 2 solid years of trying to quit. I'd go 2 to 3 days, then have a whole pack. I finally waited until I got the flu really bad and haven't smoked on cigarette in 2,256 days. According to my app, that's 31,578 cigarettes not smoked and over $200 not spent. The last pack I purchased was over $17.50 here in California. Short-form content like YouTube Shorts and Reels are my new issue. One moment you're watching a handful of them. Next thing you know, you haven't moved in 48 minutes and it's dark outside. It really is hypnotism. Emotional eating. Been struggling with it since I was 12. The worst part is you can't just quit food cold turkey like other addictions. Procrastination. The rush of leaving everything to the last minute is weirdly addictive. I've tried everything from planners to therapy. But my brain still loves that last-minute panic. Overthinking. There's no hotline for it, and your brain is both the dealer and the customer. Quitting smoking was probably the hardest thing I ever did in my life. And I tried many times before I finally succeeded, but I haven't had a cigarette in 25 years now, and I smoked for 25 years. Food. You can't go cold turkey. And it's such a huge part of our shared culture and the way we interact with other people that trying to eat healthier can mean you lose friends. What is the most disturbing thing you've heard said casually? I was coming to after surgery and heard one woman ask, "What's she in here for?" Quote, "About me." And another woman said, "She must be dying." I think everyone on this wing is. I just had gallbladder surgery, but showed nurses I could walk and that I was able to pee in record time. So I could get out of there. New roommate was telling a funny story about her family. All of us were laughing and joking. I asked a simple follow-up. She casually mentioned her brother was in jail for killing their dad with a shotgun and was sincere. It was definitely a record scratch moment. How there's gonna be a gang fight and my neighbors wanted to apologize for noise beforehand. I mean, yeah, I eat slugs. They're like escargot without the shell. He was in the hospital, I was in for liver flukes. Someone once said, if I went missing, I think it would take days for anyone to notice. They laughed, but it hit me hard. Like, how many people feel that way? 16-year-old kid on meth at a youth homeless shelter I was at talked about how his dad beat his mom to death. He spoke like he was talking about any other old thing. I've not felt so bad for someone before then. He was given no chance at life and he was just a kid. I told an elderly man that I liked his hat. It was a bowler style, English-looking hat. He said, "Thank you." I got it after I learned that my father that molested me wasn't my real father. And that my real father was British. The poor guy probably was holding on to a lot of trauma. Listening to my American grandpa just causally drop horrific things he saw when he fought in WW2 at random. Like, you ask him about farm life and he will drop this on you. I hate open pastures. I remember one time I saw 2 Sherman tanks get blown to hell about 100 yards out and I saw the tank commander jump out on fire only for the Germans to cut him down. Anyway, that's why I hate open fields. How did seeing Tyson make you feel? That there'll be better fights at Waffle House in about an hour. Glad it was Netflix and not PPV. I was excited for about 20 seconds. And then felt incredibly sad and almost ill. I understand Tyson's getting a massive payout that's too hard to ignore. But seeing a living legend reduced to a punching bag for some scumfic sleazeball like Paul really just punched me in the gut. I wish I could have lived the rest of my natural life with the image of Prime Tyson in my head. But every legend must fall, I guess. I'm glad he didn't get knocked out at 58 years old for the world to see. And I'm happy he earned his purse. But, Jesus. The second and third fights were very enjoyable. Though, I'm glad I stuck around for those two. The Tyson fight ruined my weekend. Like a bad person for watching. Felt like it could have been an email. I'm going to bed embarrassed and I haven't even taken my clothes off yet. This is a first. Kind of worried. I'm 50 and in my head I can still move like I could when I was 30. Now I'm not so sure. Absolute snooze fest of a fight, if you can even call it a fight. What is something you thought was illegal but it was actually legal? When I was a kid I thought drinking and driving meant drinking any beverage while you're in the car. Always looked at people funny but never said anything. As a young child, I thought I had to have my seatbelt clicked in before the car started. I would cry, wait, if my mom so much as turned on the heat before I clicked in. I thought cops would come get me for not wearing my seatbelt the moment I got in the car. When I was a teen I thought I had to be 18 or 21 to go into Hooters. Firing a cannon. It's perfectly legal in almost every location in the US. Even in places where it is illegal to discharge a firearm, you can legally fire a cannon. It's highly illegal to fire a projectile. But if you choose to fire the cannon with nothing but wadding, it's legal. Turning on the interior lights of a car while it's in motion. Owning a flamethrower. Except in Maryland, the state I currently live in. Removing that tag from underneath my couch. Cops lying to you.